Calais Campbell, the Colossus of Cloud, the great Bambino, the mayor of Jacksonville. You headed back to Jacksonville? I don't know. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Hightop Sports. I'm your host, the Senior Chuck Walker. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. And let's talk about old Calais Campbell having a little reunion with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's get into it. So today, Mr. Calais Campbell was seen on trotting on in to Jacksonville Jaguars headquarters to chit-chat. I don't know. Possibly a reunion, hanging out. I don't think he was just visiting, okay? Duval's nice and all, but it ain't that nice, okay? And this sent Jacksonville Nation into a frenzy. Hearing this, it's exciting to hear. And where's all this coming from? We're going to get into that in just a minute, but I want to talk about the addition to Calais Campbell and what it would do for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Although he had a limited snaps in Baltimore, I would imagine his snaps would drop down a little bit here in Jacksonville, probably to 50-60% of snaps. Obviously, not the same production that he was doing just a few years ago at Jacksonville, but that's okay. That's not exactly what we're bringing him in for, okay? He's coming in, obviously, to provide some addition to the line, add some depth, but most importantly, okay, leadership. This reminds me a little bit of David Ortiz with the Boston Red Sox in the later half of his career when he wasn't necessarily hitting every ball out of the park, didn't have the highest on-base percentage or batting average, but he was a huge impact to that last late run. I think it was in 2017 for the Red Sox when they did win the World Series. It was Big Papi's going away present to the city of Boston. And again, you felt his presence, but if you look at the numbers, wasn't exactly, Poppy-ish type numbers, but he came out clutch. He came in when it mattered most, and he did his job, and he led that team, and he guided that team to a successful season, and obviously allowed them to believe, hey, they could do that. And I feel like that's what Calais, not a few, I have a pretty good hunch, that's what Calais is going to bring to the Jacksonville Jaguars in this upcoming season, because it is definitely a win all right now mentality. We're going to talk about that right now. So obviously, Foley reconstructed his contract today. I think about $7 million, which opens up $5.9 million in cap space. And why that's important is they now are paying all of the rest of his salary, I believe, in bonus. Okay, and why that's important is when you pay somebody a bonus, for those who don't know, that's all upfront money into your pocket, not paid throughout the season, not paid throughout, obviously, incentives. That's fat boy money. Okay, we'll call that because that's going straight to the pocket, straight to the bank. Okay, and look, there's a little bit of risk there, obviously, because are you going to get the same drive and force that you would get if you were to get paid throughout the season? You're assuming so, but all the chips are in. You're putting all the money into the center of the table saying, we are bought in. We're buying all in on you guys. Let's go get it done because everything's spent now. You can't get it back. You can't trade, try to move anything around. Money's gone. You're never going to see it ever again. And the reason why you spend that money is get one of these. This is rubber band, though. Not exactly this one, a real one. Now, we talked about this in previous podcasts on our show. I said, look, I want to see something big. We talked about a Derrick Henry trade. Obviously, that was kind of more of like a what-if scenario. It was a crazy thought process, a big trade, maybe a big sign for Zeke, right? The reason I brought these things up, we're not to necessarily fire up Jackson or say this was going to happen, but you want to see something like along those lines happen, letting the fans know and the team know we're here to win now. Now, obviously, I think the team knows, and they always have that mindset, we're winning now, but they like to see, obviously, the front office make moves that have that same energy. It buys belief into that team. Again, I'm a huge Braves fan. I noticed that with Alex when he made some big trades during their World Series run. They made trades at a time and made moves at a time when the Braves were down, but Alex was bought into the team that he had, and obviously it did wonders and allowed him to go on and win the World Series. So, big front office moves make an impact and have a difference on what the team and how they function throughout the season. Now, another key point to note here is that Josh Allen in 2019 had the most sacks of his entire NFL career with 10.5. It was also Calais Campbell's last season in Jacksonville. So I think, the addition of Calais is going to allow Josh to get back to his Saxonville ways, right, where we get that Saxonville party going back again. Some big boy filling up the middle part, allowing Josh to do his thing, because when he played at Kentucky, the guy was an absolute beast. We brought him here to get sacks, not necessarily always tackles. Guys had great production over the last 2 years, but it would be great to see him to get some more sacks over for this next year, which is a contract year for him. So it'll be interesting to see how he manages that. But I think we should be excited. And look, we gave some grades out last night on our show on how do we feel, the offseason grades thus far. I think our conclusion was about a C+. where we're at so far, very, very early. An addition of Calais Campbell and this reconstructure of Foley's contract would definitely bump that grade up a few points, okay? So we'll definitely be keeping our ear down to the ground to see how this all plays out. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn the bell on if you guys want to keep updated with us. And join us too on our live shows every Wednesday at 8:35. See you guys in the next one.